According to Tom, we are live, so we'd like to welcome everybody in person and online to our city council meeting this Tuesday, January 21st, 2025. And is it cold outside? This is unbearable almost so. So take precautions, keep your kids and your pets in the house at nights. And that's right. Don't let them sleep outside. Yeah, why not? And run just a little tiny stream of water might not help. A little tiny stream just to keep those pipes from freezing. But again, welcome to all of you. Let's get started on our council meeting. We had a work session tonight at 5 o'clock. We talked a little bit about policy and priorities and had a great discussion. We'll continue on with our regular city council meeting. Item number 2 on our agenda is our roll call. Amy? Here.
Here.
Councilmember Shan,
Here.
Councilmember Parkinson,
Here.
Councilmember West,
Here.
Councilmember Johnson.
Here.
Thank you, Amy. Thank you, council, for everybody being present tonight. Appreciate that. Item number 3 is our Pledge of Allegiance. If you'll all rise, repeat the pledge with me, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you all for that Pledge of Allegiance. Sure appreciate that. And again, welcome to all of you joining us, like I say, in person and online tonight. Let's go on to item number 5, consent items. Approval of tonight's agenda and approval of January 7th, 2025 council meeting minutes. Any meeting minutes that have to be corrected or anything? Agenda, okay. No additions or corrections. Anyone opposed to those 2 items? We'll approve those by general consent. Thank you very much. Move down to item number 6, citizen comments. Citizens that are here know the routine. So if any of you would like to come up, please come up for 3 minutes or less and at least state your name for me, please.
Good evening, Amy Miller. I just wanted to show you quickly, we're doing pantry packs for the school. That's our project that we're working on for the next couple of weeks. I wanted to bring one to show you just 10 items that I'll go into a gallon-sized Ziploc bag. And all of the items are the same for every bag. And that's what they look like. And these go out to kids, the schools distribute them to kids that are that need them for the weekend normally. And I printed off a couple of flyers and I have them on the table there with a list of the 10 items that goes inside, if anyone's interested in that at all. So I just thought that would be a good visual aid for you to see what we're putting together. This year, our goal is 1,500 and we're hoping to make that. So, but we'll be accepting them for the next couple of weeks. If anyone's interested in putting some together, they can just drop them off at the church office during the week. So just wanted to point that out. And then I just wanted to say a big thank you and farewell to all of you. It's been great to be a part of your group for the last several years. So it's always kind of hard to say goodbye, but I so appreciate being able to spend Tuesday evenings with you all, and I've enjoyed it and the friendships that I've made along the way. So, you know, the church is committed to the community as well, and they'll continue to do so. So, wanted to.
Great.
Will be greatly missed.
Well, I'm not sure, but
I am.
You will be. Thank you.
I appreciate all of that. So
You
thank you so much.
I'm sorry, what was the deadline on getting those in?
I think it's the second, it's the first Sunday, maybe it's February, so I think that's the 2nd.
Okay.
It might be the 9th.
Couple of weeks.
I think it's the 2nd. So, yeah.
So we buy all that, we put it in a bag ourselves and we
If you don't
bring a
get
box full of
that,
bags
you
over
could
to you.
just buy the items and bring them in a sack, and then the kids will assemble them if you'd rather.
Oh, okay. So either way.
That'd be- Yeah, so that's an activity for the
Okay.
kids, or you can put them together yourself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that.
Okay.
I'll put
Great.
them on the table afterwards, if anyone wants to take a look at them. you're
Okay.
welcome to.
Amy, thank you and good luck in Delaware.
Well,
I
thank
know
you.
you'll love it.
We're moving to Dover. so I'll think of you.
Yes, over Delaware. Go to the military hospital and see if it's
I'll try to stay there, but we won't have the jet.
still there. That's true. Well, if you're ever back here visiting somebody,
And we will be a couple
Stop
of
in.
times this year, so I may.
stop in on a Tuesday night.
The last weekend, so.
Okay. Oh, great.
Thank you. Amy.
Thank you so much. Wow. Great person, great person. Great person.
Just got a, well, you'll go now, and I just got a couple of comments.
First name or name, please.
Yeah,
oh,
Euless.
You said, it?
Golden.
Okay.
And last time you was talking about, I got the impression doing away with the winter poking. And where we have it throughout the December to March. How many of you used to live here before we had that put in place? Does anyone remember what it used to be like? And if you want to take it away, you need to consider some things. When we get a snow, we may not have it all the time, but those roads get 2 to 4 feet narrow each time. And you can't get up it, you can't get down them, especially if you have 2 cars parked there. And you need to really consider what you're doing. And snow plows we have now, they do a real good job. But there was one year that was a long time ago, that they would plow the streets and then go down the edges and that just dump it right in where you go around. And yeah, it snowed and then it froze right after that, and it stayed froze. And when you'd go down, it'd be 2 ruts going around where you turn, and you'd be going and you drop down into those. And I did that one day. I was not in my truck, I was in my car, and I ripped the muffler off of it. And this was before this building was built. I went down after I got it fixed, took the bill, slapped it on the desk and says, who's paying for this? The next day they was up there with a backhoe trying to dig that out. And it took them a long time to get that to where you could even get through it. So you guys really need to consider what you're trying to change. And if you're going to change that, you need to put all your numbers in the newsletter. So we're not having to give Mark a call or Tom a call. We can call you guys and complain. Because you're the ones that want to change it. And that was the best thing they did, was when they put that in, so that we could get up and down the streets. So consider that if you want to change that part of it.
Okay. Thank you, Euless. Yeah, I don't think there's any intention on changing that too much at all. And sheriffs have been doing it. Sheriffs, yeah. Yeah. No, yeah, I don't think that'll work. Sheriffs are doing a great job this year. So thank you, sheriffs.
My name is Mike and I'm a citizen of Washington Terrace. I just wanted to find out if we've made any more progress on the AMI system and when do we plan on having that actually up and running so the citizens can look at the real-time water usage. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. I think Tom will have a report on that. I saw a big powwow the other day when I was over here with the Weaver Basin Water. So I'm excited to hear a report on that. Thank you.
Sorry, do we have update on that? You will talk about it for sure, okay.
Yeah, I hope, yeah, should. Okay, well, that's everybody in the audience. So
100% participation.
that's right, 100%. And all of them went by the rules and everything. We've got them all trained, and then we lose Amy that is well trained, and we'll have to train somebody else. So, all right, thank you all. Appreciate all those comments. Let's move to new business, item 7.1, presentation, Terrace Days merchandise. We're gonna have Carlos come up.
Hi.
Might have some exciting news. Back to merch for Terrace Days. I like it.
Good evening, Mayor, council members. So this year we were going to sell some t-shirts from Terrace Days. Seems like the information I got is last time was 2009. The city used to sell, but they used to buy the shirts and then have a bunch of leftovers, so it didn't work out to stop. So this year we are partnering with a vendor here in Washington Terrace. And what we're gonna do is the vendor is gonna set up a website for us. We create the design, we gave to him. We're gonna have two colors, white and black. And the white I'm wearing is the black. So what we're gonna do is the vendor is gonna set up the website, and we gonna sell these shirts for $15 each. We don't have to pay anything. We don't have to give any down payment. How it's gonna work is after the t-shirt costs, the website management, there's a fee, and also the credit card fees. The city is gonna get back around between $4 and $5 per t-shirt. And the vendor is gonna take care of everything. What we're gonna do is when I start next week, the website is gonna be set up. I'm gonna create some flyers with the website. They're gonna give me the website and the code that the people needed to buy. They go online, and we're gonna open from next week until the first week of May of selling the t-shirts. First week of May, stop selling. We don't sell anymore. The vendor needs 2 to 3 weeks to manufacture the t-shirts, and then whoever bought, they're gonna have a confirmation number. They're gonna stop by the store, the physical store, and pick up their t-shirt. We're not mailing it, so it saves money for who is buying, and it's really to promote the Terrace Days and to be the community and get a community engagement, so they can stop by the physical store and pick up their t-shirts.
Who's the vendor?
Is Harvey in RBM, is close to Washington Terrace Elementary.
Okay.
Is
He's in that little.
So it's our local?
he's local, yes,
Perfect.
yes. He's
That's
close
what I
to
was
the
trying to-
Terrace Theater. I forgot the name of that street, but it's going down. It's in the corner, 4700 and that's
And
the
the-
other street.
Yeah, diagonal.
So yeah, yeah. So yeah, so again, the city is not, is really not having any fiscal impact. Is really the vendor is gonna set up everything for us, and we're gonna get a little bit of funds to go towards Thursdays. And this year, this is the design that we create. And we're gonna start promoting our website, social media, and our newsletter. And we'll see if some citizens inquire in this past year, so hopefully they're gonna engage and purchase the t-shirts.
Great.
Yeah.
You think he could put a date on there?
Put a
What is the
date,
date? Oh,
There
it's
it is. It's
beyond
2025 on there.
Like June 8th to 9th or June, whatever?
oh, the date of the
Date, the
event.
date.
Yeah, we can.
Who would it? Do we have to change the date?
2025 is great. I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we have a
Even the year. you can do
community
like
together and
You can wear it next year and still you.
Oh, no, you can wear it in 25 years. I still have a 2001 that I wear all the time,
yeah, so any questions?
right? I like it.
There's no minimum order that we have to meet?
No,
Okay,
no,
Cool.
and since it's the first time in many years, yeah, I sit down with the vendor, explain, so yeah, we don't have a minimum order.
fantastic.
He's gonna take care of everything. We're just gonna promote,
Great.
so yeah, that's all we have to do.
Good.
A thought would be if we could, it appears that they already have it set up because you've got these printed. If we could get some shirts ahead of time that council members or other people of staff can be wearing around. That, when they see it, they go, oh, I didn't know they had shirts this year, before that time, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
To help to promote it.
promote.
'Cause,
yeah.
Posted out here in the
Oh,
lobby.
yeah.
so
Yes,
people
I'm gonna have these two here so
Yeah.
people can see. Yeah, like, we
I don't know,
can,
but
I
just
can discuss and see if we
wonder
can
about
get
that.
some t-shirts for us to promote.
Just a thought that way.
And are we doing like a tournament for Terrace Days this year? Like I
Um,
thought we were talking about like.
yeah,
pickleball
I'm
and-
working on, we're planning to have a pickleball tournament.
Right, right.
Yeah,
So if we do, maybe the city can buy a couple and part of the prices.
Prizes.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and for Thursday too, we're planning to have some for the prizes for the activities we have. Yeah,
Just a
Great.
thought.
Great.
Good. Good.
Nice work, Carlos.
I like it.
okay.
So sorry, just this selfie scavenger hunts are like a big thing. Can we make a selfie scavenger hunt of you in your Terrace Day shirt in different places around Terrace Days and post all the people who complete the scavenger hunt? Something, is that possible? Or I don't know.
I can,
That's too much work. Okay.
well, it's just the time we have from when we start after the parade until the band starts. We have the activities already one after another, but we can think about it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I can brainstorm something and then bring back, see if we can do it.
Not necessary, but
Yeah.
it'd be fun. A fun way to promote. Look at me, my Terrace Day shirt.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
Special.
it's a good idea.
That's right.
Copy paste and paint.
If you have any crazy ideas like that, no, I mean, great ideas.
Crazy ideas. Thanks, Mayor.
I like it.
Well,
I like it. You gotta have crazy stuff for Terrace Days,
Posting on the website,
Mhm.
you know, people with
but,
their
sure,
shirts.
shoot
around here.
Carlos a text and give him an idea, you know, and,
I hear foam parties are fun. Sorry.
Well.
Sorry. Sorry, I'm done.
Yeah, our,
insurance, man.
uh, maybe our insurer doesn't think like that, but
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
we still
I
work on
really
it.
wasn't bringing it up. I was being sass.
All right. Okay, any other comments, questions? Carlos, suggestions? I like it. I like
That's
it.
good.
Good.
Okay.
Okay,
It's really good.
Thank you.
thank you, Carlos. Appreciate that.
I appreciate Carlos stepping out and saying, Tom, this is some ideas. What do you think?
Yeah, let's do
And-
something different.
and I like that innovation and that thought that he's looking at our council retreat saying, hey, this could be a good community engagement.
Yeah.
And when we took the risk out of it,
Yeah,
like, let's play ball.
right, right,
That makes
exactly.
it really convenient for us, so we're not stuck with 300 leftover shirts.
Yeah.
Way to go.
Right. Exactly. Okay, sounds good. Carlos, thank you. Great job. Okay, recurring business, number 8, item 8.1, motion ordinance 25-02, adopting chapter 17.86 of the municipal code relating, regulating urban chickens. So, oh, Martin's coming right up. So I left my water in that other room. I got to refill. I'm gonna drink my water.
Here, you can take mine back.
Really? I mean, since did you take a?
So Mayor and Council, at the last meeting, we discussed a couple of areas that need to be adjusted and rediscussed. We made some edits on the 178630 on number 1 to read a first-time license application fee with an every other year renewal fee and inspection in accordance with adoption of the city fee schedule. Initial inspection and reinspection allowed, and reinspection fees may apply if additional inspections are needed. We made that modification on, that's number 1 under 178630. And then under 178640, under the regulations, on B, 4B, we changed for under 6,000 square feet up to 3 chickens instead of just 2. And then down under number 5 on setbacks, we deleted E because the 15 feet really is addressed on A and we don't need that. So those are changes we made. And then there was a discussion on fee amounts and whether or not this is going to be, this code would be approved by the council today, so.
Okay. Thank you, Martin. Council, those are the exact ones I had that we suggested last. So is that what we're gonna vote on tonight? That right there? Does that sound like that's what we got in front of us? Cut and dry? Okay.
It's the full adjustment. These were just the last edits to what we
Yeah.
were.
Right. Yeah, and you weren't here, so there were just those 2 or 3 small ones.
Right.
Wasn't anything too great, but and then we won't even worry about the fee schedule unless it passes. If it doesn't pass, no sense having a fee schedule. But we'll discuss that after the decision of the councils. Okay, any questions for Martin on that? Great job.
Okay.
That wasn't too hard. Thanks. Okay, council, you have that in front of you. We've talked about it for many months,
42 years.
2 years, couple years. So I don't know that there's any more need to really talk about it. But we sure can if you'd like to. If not, I would entertain some type of motion.
I make a motion that we approve ordinance 25-02, adopting chapter 17.86 of the municipal code regulating urban chickens.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion, a second, to approve ordinance 25-02. Are there any discussions, any further discussions on that, or any discussions at all tonight on that?
Yeah. So,
Jeff?
we still have some outstanding things that we did not reach total agreement on. And we can certainly take a vote tonight. That's what we're here to do. So,
What did we not?
well, one thing that is a concern was that, we were concerned about having chickens on small lots. And what I see that we changed is that even on the smallest lot, we moved from 2 to 3. They are social animals, I understand that, but I still think based on our research that we've done over the years, and we've been talking about this for over the last 10 years, we've had it come up 4 times. And in light of all of the opposition that you even got last meeting, I think we're trying to set up the bar so low that we're asking for trouble. That's my point. That's, I've stated that before. I'll just restate that.
Okay, thank you, Jeff. And that was discussed last time, and you said exactly, somebody said they are a social animal, and
Right.
we probably shouldn't at least.
Yeah, someone brought it up. We were okay with 2 and that's what was originally, and I don't think any of us,
Yeah.
but someone brought it up that they're social and if one of them dies, then there's just 1 left. So it
Yeah,
would have
that-
been a better idea to put 3, and I think majority agreed, but it wasn't anything like we fought over.
Yeah,
It was 2 we were all fine with,
Right,
but
but the threshold, which we've talked about, and I've held strong on this, so I think based on what other cities have done is about 8,000 square feet. minimum. I've talked to Roy, that's where they're at. Talked to them why they are only at 8,000. South Ogden, they kind of did their own thing, but it's so recent, we don't have any history of how well that's working. Other cities are at 10,000 minimum. Riverdale is at 20,000 minimum. Their lots are different. So that was always my concern, is why do we think here in Washington Terrace, we're going to go below 10,000 or even 8,000 square feet lot size and try to make it work.
I guess the idea was we're so similar to South Ogden because, you know, we've been sister cities for a while. And, I mean, forever. And because of the lot sizes, a lot of people it's gonna be eliminated from the opportunity. And honestly, to be honest with you, based on the criteria we have set up, the 10 feet from the fences, honestly, if anyone can manage, go for it. I doubt there will be very many. So if they can manage,
Right.
go for it, and, you know, Martin will be there to double check if, you know, everything is up to code. But like, honestly, that's not a hill I wanna die on.
But it places the burden on us as a city to make sure that Martin's out there measuring that. Whereas if we had something that was more reasonable and matched what other cities have done, we wouldn't have as much enforcement to do. And that was the fiscal responsibility that we had. Not to mention all of those citizens that have come to this microphone right here stating the reason they don't want them.
And that's why, I mean, again, honestly, that's not something I wanna fight over, but that's because a lot of people weren't comfortable. That's why we set up such high standard and criteria for people to have it. So whether they have 2 or 3, they still have to maintain 15 feet from their own, 20 feet from any residence, and 10 feet from any property line. So I don't know if anyone else wanna, again, like, that's something I didn't fight over. That's just someone brought up and it made sense, so we made the update.
I think when we talked about going below 8,000 square feet, we had set up Tannen had set up an app for us that we, you know, if you just counted all the 8,000 square feet and above, it would probably be about half the city would be under 8,000 square feet. And so I think for fairness, I think,
So,
you know, we just decide to lower that to 6 to 8.
right,
So-
but let's talk about that. We could say that we're the only city where you can't drive 40 miles an hour in the city. Every other city has a road where you could drive 40 miles an hour. Why don't we adopt that here in Washington Terrace? Just because the neighbors have done. So we have to do what's right for our city, not what's right for other cities.
And another thing, Jeff, I think someone brought up that, which I thought was most reasonable, is a family. Like if you have 2 chickens, if that gives 2 eggs, usually, you know, a family of 4, you at least get 3 eggs if you have 3 chickens. And that made a lot of sense.
And I'm okay with the 3 chickens, but not on a lot that small. That's really kind of the sticking point. Is that I agree, 3 chickens make sense, but that just makes it even more compact on one of those small lots. And this is where we ended up every time for the last several years as we looked at it, because of our city and the layout, we have to make a decision. Okay, are we doing an ordinance that only half the city can take advantage of? And does it make sense to enforce it?
I'm not gonna fight over it. If everyone agrees, I'm cool with it. Again, as I said, like someone brought it up, made a couple of good points, and especially the one I liked, you know, it will provide an extra egg for a family. Cool. That's that.
And your proposal would be what, Jeff, then?
Well, I just don't think we should go below
Yeah,
the 8,000 square foot minimum lot size.
there we go.
That's what I understand.
But I'm just one vote, so.
Okay.
But I also have, and I received message even today, received calls, emails, text messages, and most of them are opposed to it. So I'm seeing a higher percentage of people that do not want chickens than I am that do. So because I represent the entire city, we went through the exercise of looking and seeing, can we make this work? I think we could make it work with reasonable. I think we've gone below that minimum threshold, in my opinion. So that's my opinion, and that's where I'm at. Any other? I don't want to be the only one speaking here, but
Well, you didn't have the opportunity to speak last time we
Yeah,
met,
so-
which we spoke for an hour and a half. So,
so
come on, you
sorry,
still got another hour
sorry,
to
that was
continue.
the night my father passed away.
Yes, yes. Yeah, we're all sorry about that.
If I can address a thought there.
Sure.
I think as Z was explaining this, as my concern about the size of the lots is very much a very huge holdback concern for me on this as well. And yet, if we do measure the part of the lot, who is going to be able to allow or have the space for it? But then every run and every coop is not gonna be 150
Exactly.
square feet, correct? And so what is a minimum size run and coop area that is appropriate for that number of birds? I don't know the answer to that.
9 square feet.
9?
Each chicken needs 3 square feet of safe space.
So in other words, if they only need 9 square feet, then majority of the lots, any lot could meet that. Is that what you're saying? So your concern then, Jeff, is yes, they could meet it in some way, but that may not be what's appropriate, is what you're saying.
Yeah, that's part of it. The other part is that I'm hearing more people against it than I am hearing for it. And I have to listen to that voice as well.
I mean, that's not necessarily, I didn't get any against emails or texts. That doesn't really mean anything.
It means a lot to me because my citizens are reaching
No,
out to
no,
me.
I'm not saying it doesn't mean anything to you. I'm saying I didn't get any today or for this meeting. So, but I got a bunch of them last meeting, so we can't really measure like that.
But we can all measure what we've received.
Yes, we can measure what
And
we
what-
receive.
I've gotten yes, no, I don't care. I've even asked because the mayor said, people will say, I don't care. But as long as my neighbor doesn't get it, so I'll be blunt and say, well, what if your neighbor gets it? And it's still a 50-50 for those that don't care to talk to me. And so we all have different citizens reach out to us. Some of us had a citizen reach out to us today in the negative. And that's just where we have to put that pull of what we've received.
Okay, any other discussion, council? We do have a motion, a second on the floor. If there's no further discussion, we will have a vote. Amy, I would like a roll call vote. I think it will be close. So, Amy, roll call vote, please.
Yes.
Councilmember Shan,
Yes.
Councilmember Parkinson,
No,
Councilmember West,
It's a no for me.
Councilmember Thomas.
Yes.
Okay, so it does pass. So we'll move on to item 8.2. Now we have to have a resolution amending fiscal year 2025 fee schedule. And so let's see where we are on that. Do we have? Didn't see any suggestions in here, did we? Mark, do you have any suggestions? Yeah.
$25.
25.
Yeah, it was 75. Now I think that's what we landed on, was 75 initial. And then every 2 years, 25, was that correct?
Yeah,
That every
That's what I
other
remember.
year,
Every
every
other
other
year.
year.
Yeah,
renewal fee and inspection after the first year license application.
no, what it was, I think that's what it was, right? Okay, that's my recollection.
That's
Right.
as well.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, we have a a suggestion was put forth last week or 2 weeks ago to do a $75 initial licensing fee and a $25 every other year reinspection fee, I guess. License renewal, reinspection. Right? So that's what we have before us, correct? Everybody okay with that? And that will be our resolution 25-01. With that resolution, with that fee schedule. Everybody okay with that as being the resolution? Okay,
So,
okay. So any discussion then on those numbers or anything pertaining to that fee schedule?
My input is that I was very concerned about the cost presentation that was given to us. And $75 sounds like a good amount, but I'm still not, I believe that it's still under what should be available so that we can maintain the cost of having this ordinance in place.
With all due respect, that's not necessarily how every ordinance work. Nothing against the dog owners. I don't have any. But we maintain a dog park. We have to provide bags in the parks. They're running around all over the place. There's massive amount of complaints pretty much every single day, but we don't charge the fee that we do that is nowhere close to the expenses the city bears. That's just something we do. So just because people are getting chickens doesn't mean we have to have a high fee so that we can recoup all the expenses, especially when we never had chickens in the city before, so we don't have any historical data. And based on at least like 2 to 3 years of data, once we have something substantial, if necessary, we can make changes. For example, I believe last year we made a change that all the dogs in public places has to be in a leash because people weren't taking care of their dogs. So, and we had complaints, so we had to move and make a decision that would be proper and safe and fair. So since we have literally zero data on the expenses, I believe $75 for initial fee and the every other year reinspection, which I believe way overstepping of local government into people's life, but you know, going with it, it's already, we're overstepping our boundary. And anything more than that, it's just feels like people are getting punished for wanting to have chickens and have, you know, organic eggs for their family or teach their children that, hey, tins and plastic bags are not the only source of food. Thanks.
Any other discussion? Seeing none, I would entertain a motion to approve or disapprove resolution 25-01, amending fiscal year 2025 fee schedule. That would be to require a $75 licensing fee and every other year $25 relicense and inspection fee. Oh, I understood. Would entertain a motion.
I make a motion that we approve resolution 2501, amending the fiscal year 2025 fee schedule as Mayor explained it.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Hold on just a second, because I've got the resolution right in front of me, but it just has Exhibit A, so.
yeah, well,
it's
it's just exhibit A.
Okay. Okay. I was just gonna say, wait, maybe it's in here.
But it's 70,
But it's
75
first
first time,
initial licensing fee, which
and
includes,
biannually 25.
right. Okay, so so everybody understand that? So we do have a motion and a second. Any further discussion on that change to our fee schedule? Okay, seeing none. Roll call vote, Amy?
Councilmember Chant,
Yes.
Councilmember Perkins,
No,
Councilmember West,
Yes,
Councilmember Thomas,
Yes.
Councilmember Christiansen.
Yes.
Okay, and that will pass, so we have that fee schedule done. So thank you very much, council. Appreciate all your work on that, and I'm glad we've got that taken care of after all these years, so. Martin? Wait for the lineup. So, okay, go to item number 8.3. This is one I'm really excited about. So we have an opportunity for more grants. Oh, we love those. So discussion / motion approval of city contribution amount for community development block grant applications. Amy,
Okay, I'll take it. So as the mayor mentioned in the work session, actually several of you did, grants play a major role in helping projects be completed. And so the projects that were approved from the CIP plan for this year's applications, we discussed them last meeting, is the Victory Park playground improvements and the street accessibility and safety project, which is the north entrance at Roman Park. And so we did finish the site-specific surveys up to the very last minute. We got them done, and they did come back as eligible. We're just waiting for clarification from the state, or confirmation from the state, to get those final numbers. We're going to move forward. The applications are due next week. So in order to maximize our points for the ranking, the city usually commits 38.5% to the match for the grant. They give us the most points, and it gives us a little bit of leverage over other applicants. So I know last time there was talk about maybe applying the lower match. However, I spoke with our AOG rep since then, and she advises on our applications. And she said that she believes, well, this is last week, she said she believes that the competition is pretty strong this year. I'm still waiting to hear from her. So back, she's not sure how much grant money we're going to receive this year with the new administration, but right now, I think it's like 983,000. I'm not quite sure, Mayor, if you know that, but there's 2,000 right off the bat for a city that's doing a multi-year grant, so that takes it down to 700,000, 800,000. And any first-time applicant could receive up to 500,000, which will leave us with not much left if they score little points above us. So she said there was several last week. She said there was several. She was waiting on their surveys to come back, and so I haven't heard from her. So if they are not going to be putting in their application, I don't know if that changes her feeling on what our chances are, because at the last minute somebody can just put in an application, you know, if they don't need to do a survey. So right now for tonight, I was just asking if we can have the commitment up to 38.5% match to keep our leverage. And then if we find something out this week or next week, you want to have that lowered, that could be a discussion. Have you talked to her at all?
I am not,
Okay,
and I'm just
Yeah.
trying to look up the next time I will.
yeah, because that would go in next, probably by Wednesday.
Okay, because our next regional meeting is February 18th, so
Yeah, so,
things will be all done by, a lot will be done by then, so.
yeah, I was hoping to hear from her today, but I
Okay.
haven't, so I'm not sure if that's good news, bad news.
Okay.
But I did send out an email like during the work session, and we worked on the funding amounts. So I don't know if you want to pull that up, but I can kind of tell you what it says, and you'll have it for your review after. The funding amounts that are on the applications are engineers' estimates, and then once received, we're funded, then we would go out to bid for the projects probably in March, April, and we would have our numbers set, and we can adjust our numbers on our final application in May if they come in lower than the estimated amount. CDBG will not fund us more than we asked for at this initial one, but we can lessen it, if we need to. The Victory Park playground equipment, is estimated at $200,880. The CDBG portion would be $123,572. And at the 38.5% match, it would be $77,308. And so from Shreve's funding sources, full amount of that match for that grant would be transferred in from the capital projects funds for that grant. The street accessibility project at the north end of Romer Park, that's $189,930. So the CDBG portion would be $116,807 with the city match of $73,123. And this one, because it comes from, part of it is parks and part of it is road, because it's going to be that sidewalk accessibility and ADA ramps. The two sources are the road maintenance fund, and that's going to be for $20,946, and parks non-road fund, $43,957. So if these projects are what you want to apply for, and they would be separate, so they'd be separate projects. They can score separately. We'd like to get both, but we're going to put both in. If you approve, then we just need a motion to approve the projects and commit to the contribution match of 38.5% of the project. Unless.
Okay, thank you, Amy. Appreciate all your work on that. We're almost there. So any questions for Amy? Jeff?
Yeah, I have a question. We're looking at Vickery Park. Where did we arrive on Van Leeuwen Park and changes to that playground? I know that's Weaver County School District. Do we have any update on that? Because I think this is putting in a new playground. Now, and we have kind of a dangerous playground at the Van Leeuwen Park. It needs to be graded.
Yeah, the playground at Victory Park is being replaced
Right.
because of the age of that playground. We're actually having to shut down sections of it because it also is dangerous. And so we have focused our efforts on Victory Park, Wright Park, and Little Romer were all bought basically at the same time, and they've all deteriorated at the same rate. Right now, the most important one is the one at Victory Park, for the functionality of the city and for the needs that we have for Washington Terrace City. As far as funding the school district park, that right now would be a challenge to prioritize school infrastructure over that we're trying to do for the city infrastructure. So it's not considered as part of this or other funding at this time.
Jeff, part of that, Washington Terrace Elementary, I think, is participating in ramp, trying to receive ramp fund this year. And we did write a letter of recommendation for Weaver School District and for Washington Terrace Elementary in support of that. So hopefully we will receive our ramp money, and hopefully Washington Terrace Elementary will receive their ramp money to improve their playground over there. So they've apparently come up with their match and doing, Washington Terrace has done a lot of hard work to apply for that. So we're supporting that project. That'd be the best way for us to help them. So that's what we're doing.
Perfect, thanks.
I think they also did a fundraiser this year.
They've done some fundraisers,
And they reached their target, so.
I think they have, like I say, they asked us for a letter of recommendation in December, mid-December. So,
Right.
and those are due the end of, Carlos.
So they have some funding. I don't know when they're going to use it. Maybe they're waiting for the ramp and add it together. But I
Yeah.
know that they did a fundraiser and they reached their target, but I don't know any more details.
Good. Well, the ramp grants are due on I think January 31st. So,
I think they were due last week. So
were they? They
I
may have
think
been
so,
due. Okay.
right? So I think that's why Carlos came to the first meeting.
Yeah, they're due like.
I think he.
Right away. Okay. Yeah, but whatever, they're applying for ramp grant. And we wrote a letter of recommendation to support that. And so hopefully, they will receive theirs and we will receive ours and we'll get our CDBG grant. So great job on the CDBG. Right now, Amy, I strongly suggest we keep with a 38.5%.
I do too.
That's where you get your highest
Yeah.
points. And may as well not break with tradition and, you know, we don't want to jinx us. So unless you hear back that we're the only two people applying, then right, we'll change that. But right now we'll plan on this. And that's a good return on investment. So we'll take it. So questions, Cheryl?
I'm looking at this and with the amounts that are proposed, we do have budget to support that. Is that
Yes,
correct, right?
that's what,
And secondly, is that when you were talking, I believe it was in your Friday, or anyway, your week in review, you talked about, maybe it wasn't in that one, but you were talking about having to make sure we have maintenance of the new things that are happening in Romer Park. Are these park infrastructure, anyway, the playground being replaced? Have we planned this in our maintenance of the parks, in our budgeting in the future? Because you just said we've got these other parks coming. Have we done anything that way within our 5-year, 10-year plan to make sure we have budgets to cover that?
I can answer that one only because I was in there when Carlos, Sherry was talking to Carlos about it. So I heard the park at Victory really won't have any more ongoing maintenance than it has now, except for the soft fill. Right now, he was talking about inches and stuff. So right now, I think we budget $800 a year to kind of bring that up. And you said with the new soft fill, whatever it's called, or the ground covering, it might go up to about 1,000, maybe 1,100. So I think she put that in there as well to manage it. But other than that, it would be the same maintenance for both, and the sidewalk and ramp going down. So that's what I was told,
No, that-
unless you know more.
No, that's great. You're right on track. And with the new equipment going in, it'll be actually a little less because it's under warranty and it's new. And so our need to maintain that at the level that we are now with having to replace things and take stuff down and close things, it actually will have a little bit of a savings, not a lot, but it will be in great shape for quite some time as far as maintenance costs for that. So good question.
Okay, any other questions for Amy?
No, I think. we'll go
Okay.
for it.
Well, then make a motion.
I'll make a motion that we approve the funding to match for the CDBG grant for Victory Park and the Romer Park North Access Road.
Second.
We have a motion, and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, thank you very much. Amy, thank you. I can't tell Amy, thank you enough. This is a hard grant, people, and very few people apply because it's so difficult, but Amy's done it and done it and done it so long. It's fairly easy, except we talked about it in our work session. The feds are making it extremely hard, extremely difficult. And I sit on that state policy board, and I'm going to bring that up hard this year because it's getting almost ridiculous that, you know, and other communities are facing the same thing. So I don't know how we can change that. It just, you know, it upsets me that the feds make that so hard to work with. So we'll get her. And we'll keep our fingers crossed. Thank you.
Yep, and I appreciate your help and Tom's help on the surveying, door to door, and Tannen and some of our recreation
Yep.
routes as well.
Yep, it wasn't just Amy. Every year, it's
You
every,
might have seen me
it's
up
a lot of,
there.
it's a lot of people every year, but this year it was actually a couple more people involved because of surveying, and we'll see if we can maybe get that changed on the state level also. So, okay, let's move to item number 9, council communication with staff. Jill, we're gonna start with you.
Okay, I just was reviewing the minutes from last meeting and previous meetings on the parking ordinance, and I need to apologize. I was misreading the truck things, and so I'm withdrawing all of my lengthy, so sorry, comments last week about truck size because I misread, and I am so sorry for that. And that's all.
Okay,
Is this when we start the public shaming? Are we okay?
I think we've had that. I had that when I was running. I'm good.
Okay.
so is that something you need to talk directly to the lieutenant about or to Tyler?
Yeah, I'll send an email to them.
Okay.
I just didn't want to
Okay,
do anything against grandma, so I
okay,
figured I'd do it here.
okay.
And
Yeah, help them out.
and then I'll send an
Okay.
email to Tyler and
Okay,
uh,
can
we'll-
you include me on that? Would you mind?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay, thank you, Jill. Appreciate that. Okay, anything else? Anything else? Jill? Okay.
No,
Wow. Well, that was pretty good though. I like that. V?
No, I'm good. I'm trying to help Jeff here, so I'm good.
he's got to get out of here. We need to.
Oh, that's right. We got 7:30. We all gotta go. Okay, Carol.
Well, I would like to express my appreciation for the staff for all the hard work that they have been putting into the chicken ordinance. I'd like to thank the council members for the great discussions that have led us to this decision tonight. All that has gone into this, it has truly been a huge undertaking to try to come up with something that would be workable, and I appreciate that very much, but the staff time and that has been into this has been well appreciated. And sure appreciate our staff and what they do and where we're headed with things. And having attended the LPC this last week and looking at the new legislative session up and coming, just a heads up for all of us to make sure that we're paying attention to some things that are there that are being proposed. I've heard on the news there's already over 400 bills that have been placed before this session going, and so many of those are dealing with our cities, and we need to keep our eyes open and see how it's going to impact us. Thank you.
Thank you, Cheryl. Jeff?
Don't think I have anything further. Other than you guys are awesome. Everyone is.
Great,
All staff.
great.
Carlos go.
Oh, I don't know. The most awesome,
Yeah.
according to ex Randy Furlan. I mean, he never gets his love anymore. Randy off the council. So, Mike, you're supposed to fill in and no Carson, Carlos, how much?
I'll work on it.
Yeah.
Mike, anything?
Yeah, I got a few things. I had a couple of residents ask me, on 300 East, there used to be lanes separating on the road. They're wondering if those can come back because they feel like there's some drivers that have not just been paying attention on 300 East because they're driving more in the middle because there's not a line to separate them. So they're wondering, yeah,
300 East where? You have 300 East from
starting from
5,000 south to
5,000 south going up to where it changes to 50, whatever.
up to the stop, well, oh, up to the intersection.
From 5,000 south,
Yeah,
going south, okay.
Yeah,
so-
5,000 south up to 5350
something like that, yeah.
south.
So they're wondering if those lines can come back because it looks like they, they did the slurry seal or whatever on top of it and you can see there were there once upon a time.
Okay.
And so wondering if those can come back. And then other citizens have came to me concerned that when we do spring cleanup messaging, if can put it out there about paying attention to your dead trees because they don't want us to be like California. Is the best way that these citizens had explained it to me. And then that was everything that I can think of on the top of my head.
Okay, great.
Thank you. On that 350 East, Lieutenant, as long as you're here, that I've gotten a couple of complaints about speeding in that area. Actually, it's from probably 5,000 south up the hill. I don't know if you know where that's at. And then you go down and then you go in front of the church. So it goes up, curves, turns, goes in front of the church, and then down that way. All those residents up there, I get hit quite a bit with people going real fast right there. And I've seen it. I drive that road twice daily, going to my parents' home, and yeah, they do kind of take advantage of that road. And I do remember there were lines in front of that, and lines always do seem to kind of slow people down, I think. And as long as you're riding 5200 south from that 300 east down to the school area, that's pretty much a racetrack during school hours, going to school hours, 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. I noticed that also quite often, but
I'll check with Jake on that.
Officer on every road.
well, no, just kind of sit there occasionally. And there's one white vehicle that travels that all the time that goes excessive. I can actually tell you who it is, but I won't. You can catch him yourself.
It's a minivan.
No, it's not a minivan, but they usually are the fastest ones. Speaking of roads, crossing guards, and maybe both of you can help me. I wish Carlos was still here. Now we have 2 crossing guards on 5,300 west.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
that's because of confusion. People don't know how to 4-way stop apparently. So, and then we moved the crossing guard from 5,100 south up to 5,200 south, where the new bus stop is on the back side of TH Bell. Now, my question is, could we possibly pull one of those ladies off of 5,300 and put her over onto 5,100, 300? I don't know why there's not anybody there still. You're still having, a lot of. Okay,
Jake and Carlos, it's the
Okay.
routing that the school, we worked with the school district on the routing.
okay,
And when they changed the bus stop from the church, which was at the 5,100
5,100 church,
location, and then they moved it up to 52, that changed presumably, and that means they're going to use it,
right,
but that changed the routing and
Right.
pushed it over to 52. So we obviously moved
Okay.
the crossing guard to that. The reason we do have 2 at 5,000
right,
and 5 and 3 is that has consistently been one that the cars are blowing through no matter what the crossing guard is doing. It was much more dangerous
okay,
when they only had 1 there. And so working with Carlos,
Okay.
talking with Sheriff and the teams, like, let's get 2 on there. And so they, to handle that,
okay,
because for some reason, drivers are not taking crossing guards seriously.
right,
And
okay,
even when they're right out there with the red sign to stop,
yeah,
they're
okay.
blowing through it, or, yeah, it's a real problem.
It is. I noticed them there today, and I like the way honestly, I like 2 of them there. Because one little child walks across the street and they shut down the whole 4-way stop.
Yeah.
So nobody can go through.
Yeah.
Right? Because people will turn right, turn left, and so I like what they're doing there. Maybe if you suggest to Carlos is we have one of those gals walk down and turn those lights on that are at 5,100 south. You don't have a person there, but at least you'll have the lights there to warn them that there's still an intersection there.
Right, right.
And for the rest of this school year, there really won't be kids going that way, but maybe just to let them know, because the crossing guard at 5,200 south has a couple of cones there, but maybe that will,
Okay.
And I do see people slow down at 5,200 when they see the cones there and the guy sitting in his chair on the corner, but.
And I saw Carlos today messing with a light that looks like it would go in the top of a cone that is
Yeah.
a amber colored light.
Just
Oh.
wondering if there was something like that.
Yeah, we had some stuff that we were using earlier that just wasn't bright enough. And so the one that Carlos has, it had a little stem coming out the bottom of it and one of those standard flasher looking
Yeah, that'd be
things.
cool.
So
That you could
I
move,
didn't
yeah.
ask him. I'm assuming that that's what it's for.
Well, my suggestion would be to buy the stop sign that they carry that has LED lights around them. They go out there and
Yeah.
they flash instead of just a stop sign. Just a suggestion.
Okay.
But, okay. But yeah, I'm a little concerned about that 5,100 and 300.
Okay. I'll talk with Carlos
Carlos
about
right
that
there.
and see what we can do to.
Let him go home. He's tired.
You bet.
Don't stop him. Carlos, come here. Don't stop.
Keep walking.
Okay, that's all I have. Tom, we're gonna turn it over to you.
Yep, I'm gonna be pretty brief here.
Okay.
I'd like to go on if you don't mind. You know, sometimes when you're working with certain people, they come into your life with a certain amount of tenacity. And tenacity is something that when there's pain and suffering involved in that tenacity, and they grab a clipboard and they grab a satchel for all their papers and all the stuff, and they leave City Hall with the boots and the bundles and the jacket, and they still come back with frostbite. That's dedication. That's tenacity. That's Amy. And honestly, there were times when I go out there and I go to another door, and I think Amy did. So can I. So I really do appreciate her efforts, and I know that we went Carlos on Amy tonight with how great she is, and it's true.
And Amy made her way back to City Hall every day.
Every day.
It's amazing. It's amazing. If you go for a ride with Amy and just go 3 blocks away from here, go around the block about twice, she won't be able to get home. She won't be able to get to work. It's awesome. It's so cool.
She made it back.
We love Amy, so don't close a road between here and her house, because if she has to take a detour, she's done.
Right.
We need that.
Okay,
Follow-
Tom, sorry.
Follow up on a legislative policy survey. Cheryl was giving me kind of a report after LPC that there was a survey for housing. We've completed that survey. I talked with Tyler, that came out. We've got that across the finish line. So that is done. So way to go on that. In light of our new chicken ordinance opportunity, I'm gonna see where we're at on the newsletter and put some kind of a little ad in there or something describing what the ordinance is and what the process is. Encourage people for those who have chickens, they can come in and get those taken care of.
Can you include a QR code that they can follow directly to the chicken ordinance?
Good idea. Yep, great idea. How do you spell QR?
like-
CKUE.
It's like barbecue.
ERAY.
Roger that. You know, given our phonics lesson earlier today.
Yeah.
In which language? Exactly. Okay, you know what, other than that, we are working on, but
AMI.
Oh, yeah.
thanks, Steve. Almost missed that one. We had, we had a meeting with Weaver Basin this week. There is significant coding that they are doing on their end to set this up. It's not plug and play. So the AMI system obviously is working. It's the
Portal.
access for the portal. Thank you for the citizen portal. Looks like they should have it ready for a test run. So the one that staff and council will have to try to break it should be, and should be available in a couple of weeks. And then after we have an opportunity to break it, we're going to expand that to some residents to give it a test, including our friend here in our friends, and both of you are inclined. Invite them to be part of the next level of testing to see if it's working and see if it breaks. Because there is so much coding, as you guys know, there is a beta version of this that we've got to go through to make sure that we're in good shape. So that's where that is at. So they are diligently working on it. And after our meeting the other day, it's not just a gimme that it is, because we have to tie it in with Cassell. We have to tie it, which is our billing platform, our accounting platform and everything. So everything that goes on here has to link. And that is, as you know, when you're getting different programs, different vendors to link and speak intelligently with one another can be a little bit of a challenge. So that's where we're at. Anything
Okay.
else?
I think we're good. Thank you.
Right,
Upcoming
thank you.
events, ladies and gentlemen, January 30th, Planning Commission meeting, tentative.
It is done. I should know
Okay.
something by this Thursday.
Okay. And I will get you, phone call you today.
Oh, okay,
I will make that phone call.
great.
Yeah, I'll get back with you. February 4th, our next council meeting, looks like another work session. And council meeting 6, 5. February 17th, city office is closed. in Observance of President's Day, February 18th, city council work session and council meeting, so. Just kind of the regulars, and we just found out, oh, that's right, January 28th, is that correct? Tuesday, sheriff's meeting. Sure would like all to, try to be there if you can. 6 o'clock on, the 28th. I will just kind of send out a text or something and say we'll meet here at whenever, 5:30-ish. And we'll run out there together and carpool out or whatever. Okay, so we'll be there. Some of us will be there. Maybe all of us will be there. We'll surprise you. So, okay. All right, thank you. I have nothing else on there. I have nothing else on this agenda. So I'd entertain a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion adjourned to a second.